Hello and welcome to the Gary Dunn Show for a late October in 2022. I'm your host, Gary Smith, and I'm joined, as always, by head football coach Gary Dunn. And Coach, we're shooting a little earlier this week, a busy week. It seems like they're always busy. There's no, like, you get to October and there's no time to breathe.
No, we're a day early, which is good. Which is good.
Yeah, we're filming on a Monday this week, and then we're going to look back at this past week. Homecoming week is always a crazy, crazy week on campus, and crazy week, I'm sure, with you and your staff. And we knew going into the week, Slippery Rock was a very dangerous team, and it was a beautiful day Saturday, big crowd, but Slippery Rock just had a little bit too much on both sides of the ball, really.
Yeah, give Slippery Rock credit. They played really well. Really disappointed that we didn't play better. A lot of our mistakes early in the first half were self-inflicted, and that's on me. I've got to get our guys ready to play, and from the opening kickoff, we come out and we field the ball and step out of bounds. So we're on the 10-yard line. I really thought the difference in the first half, twofold on offense, was we had a lot of opportunities to move the sticks on 3rd and short and didn't do it. First drive, we have a 3rd and 1. We have a good play called. Unfortunately, we fumbled the ball. The second 3rd and 1, they made a nice play. We made an adjustment on it. We didn't convert 3rd and 1s, and unfortunately, we've done that all year. And for whatever reason, Saturday, we didn't do it. And it was extremely disappointing the way we played, but that's on me. I've got to get our guys ready to play. And then defensively, we gave up the big play. We talked all week about, making them drive the length of the field. We got caught. Kid made a nice play on one, and then we had a miscommunication on the second one. And you can't, a good football team like Slippery Rock, you can't give up big plays, and that was kind of the story. I thought we were creeping back into it, and then, some things happened that I've never seen. This is a year of first. We're getting ready to block a punt, and he just kind of throws it up behind the back pass, and one of their guys is standing there. We had him dead to rights, getting ready to get the ball. I think we were down 10 at that point, and now we're going to make, we score. We cut it to one possession. The ball just didn't bounce our way. We got to regroup, have great meetings today, and have a great workout this evening.
Yeah, that play, when that happened, the play coach was talking about is, it was a 4th down, and we were all talking in the booth and on the headset that, get the ball back, score going into halftime, then it's a whole new ball game.
Sure.
And snap, bounced 4 or 5 times, looked like an easy grounder to shortstop, and then guy just basically threw it over his head and got the first down, and it was all silence. It was like, what else can?
Yeah,
seen it all this year.
I think it was 4th and 9 or 4th and 10, and our guys played it the right way. There wasn't anything that our guys could have done better. They just, sometimes the ball bounces that way, but you got to give Slippery Rock credit. They played really well. I thought they had a really good game playing against us. But at the end of the day, I don't think we played our best football, and that's what's disappointing for me. Is if we go out and play really good football and end up losing to a good team, I can live with that. We just didn't play our best football, so we got to get back to work and figure it out this week.
And it was homecoming this week, and I always want to ask the question, because whenever I was coming out, the 20-minute halftime, does that affect anything in the halftime? It just seems like it's so much longer. You play 15-15, and then you look up, it's 20.
No, not really. I think it's a welcome change. You get to rest a little more. And, homecoming is a crazy week, especially in my house. My wife, Melissa, does most of the homecoming activities on campus. She was up and gone by 7 o'clock in the morning, getting the parade started. We hosted a lot of alumni this weekend, which is great. I can't thank, the crowd was awesome. The alumni support from every era was phenomenal. We had a lot of our guys from 16 team back. I think we had, 10 or 12 guys that I played with that were back. And then, the Pete Gallinuses, the Alan Natalies, the Mike DiMichelas that are always here. What a special day, and thanks to my wife, she pulls it all off with her job and running the homecoming activities and then hosting all of our alumni, and it was a big week, and I'm just disappointed we didn't give them a better showing.
Well, you kind of took the words out of my mouth, because I was going to say, walking around the stadium and walking around campus, you probably, if you had a checklist, you probably could have fielded 3 or 4 different teams from different eras, which is just great to see.
Yeah, great to see our guys from 16 come back, and a lot of, even guys 17, 18 were back as well. Just a great atmosphere. Homecoming's a big deal here, and we just got to play better football in front of our fans.
And a shout out to the fans, because last week we said get there early and tailgate.
They did.
They made it tough to get into the stadium. I was offered 4 or 5 hamburgers and hot dogs going in. I almost didn't make it into the press box.
Well, the funny thing is we host recruits here at the Student Center, so I get up there extremely late, and the the proper gate to get in was backed up. So I had called the baseball team, like, hey, you guys got to let me in. I got to go talk with the officials. So luckily I was able to cut the line a little bit and get into the stadium. But great crowd, and I know our guys appreciate that, and we're going to get back to work and try and get a W this week.
And let's take a look back at this homecoming game against Slippery Rock. And then after the break, we'll preview this upcoming matchup against Mercyhurst. You're watching the Gary Dunn Show right here on CUTV.
First and goal sitting at the Vulcan 5. A lot of air on this one towards the near side, but able to cut back in, and a touchdown for the Rock. Hold this down. Here's the kick. And that one is good. So the Vulcans chipping away here early at this one, 7-3. Pre-snap motion here, breaking from the far side. Grover letting this one fly. Has the one-on-one matchup. Turnaround catch. He's got it. He might be all the way off to the races here. Look at him fly. 20, 15, 10, 5. And the Rocker on the board, Kyle Sheets. Right down the middle of the field, and that was wide open there. No one's going to catch up to that. Touchdown for the Rock on the first play. Handoff, Williams. Williams tumbles through into the end zone. Touchdown, Vulcans. 4 wide for him, standing in across the middle. Bouncer having a chance to get that one, and they'll bring down the interception. So another 1st and 10 for the Rock as Grover leans into this one all across the middle of the field, and there's no one going to catch up to this one. Touchdown again for the Rock. On the roll, Mitchell looking for it, turning up. Touchdown Vulcans, Jaquay Jackson able to pull that one in. 4 wide set for Mitchell, looking on the outside, might have a chance at this one, bobbled the whole way, and they're signaling for a touchdown.
Jaquay Jackson.
2-touchdown day for him.
More attractions. More fear. Survive the clowns in Twisted Nightmare 3D. Experience more scares than ever before. Haunted Hills Estate Scream Park returns September 9th. Get your tickets now at hauntedhillsestate.com.
Let's see if this one will be any challenge for him. No challenge at all. California gets on the board first. 3-0 is your score for the Vulcans. Pass. Caught! Touchdown! Jaquay Jackson! California scores, and they're on the board for 6. And he's just going to drop back. Firing downfield. Caught! Interception! Interception by Cal U! Touchdown! Vulcan! Meanwhile, back in the action. Caught! Interception! Interception! I think that's Noah Dillo!
That was
picking
Dillo!
off Vulcan touchdown! What an interception! What a defensive play by California! Again in that pistol, he's going to drop back the pass. Firing, caught, touchdown, Derek Lockhart for California. Put 6 on the board for the Vulcan. Mitchell under center. He's going to roll to his right. Dump pass, touchdown, California.
And welcome back to the Gary Dunn Show. I'm Gary Smith, joined as always by Coach Dunn. And Coach, before we look ahead at this week's opponent, Mercyhurst, we're going to take a look back at all the action in the PSAC coming down to late season matchups everywhere. We talked about Cal Slippery Rock. Edinburgh went to Clarion and won 47-17. Gannon beat Mercyhurst in the Niagara Cup 49-14. Then IEP won at home versus Seton Hill 44-7. Over in the East, Shepherd went to Westchester and won 47-14. Millersville and Shippensburg in a tight one, 17-14. Millersville gets the win. East Stroudsburg 27, Bloomsburg 21, and Kutztown 35, and Lock Haven 7. Quick look at the standing show. Everything's really tightening up on both sides of the ledger. And coaches, we're going to turn the page once again. You know, standings, schedules, everything. You say week to week, and we're going to Mercyhurst this week. And team not having a great amount of success this year, but their home field advantage, I still say, as an entirety, if they've been in the PSAC, anytime Cal's gone up there, they've always been tough. That's a unique place to play, and they have a great home field advantage.
Yeah, it is an extremely tough place to play, and you know it's kind of weird because they've got all the pieces, they just haven't put it together. But like I said a couple weeks ago, they've been in every game. You know, I was watching the Slippery Rock Mercyhurst game from a few weeks ago this morning, and they're right there in the game. You know, they just haven't put it all together. They've got they're a balanced offense. They throw for about as much as they run. They've got two pretty good tailbacks. They're big up front. You know, they're probably spreading out more than they have in the past. You know, they got a new head coach up there, and he's changed some things. And, you know, they're doing a nice job. Defensively, they base out of a 3-4. They're going to bring a lot of pressure. You know, it's a defense that if you're not on your assignments can confuse you because they'll line up in multiple different fronts, give you multiple different coverages. You know, they'll bring pressure at times, and it's always overload pressure. So they do a nice job. They just haven't put it together. You know, they're running the football extremely well. You know, every game they're in, it seems like going up, except this weekend. You know, they turned the ball over, had a pick six, and you know, when you do things like that, you know that the score can get away from you. But they're a well-coached team. They're big. They're physical. We're going to have to go play good football, and you know that's what I'm going to preach to our guys. We're going to meet with them today at 3:00. Is the same thing I've said all year. You know, a lot of mistakes at key points are really killing us right now. We've got to be about our details, and we've got to go play inspired football.
And it sounds weird to hear the phrase Mercyhurst and airing it out a little bit more because, you know, for years you knew what you were going to get. You're going to get a hard-nosed team running the ball, responsible on defense. So, like you said, there was a coaching change. How long typically does that usually take before that identity of the team changes from the previous regime to what they're looking at going forward?
The new head coach, their defensive coordinator, so they're running the same style defense that they did, you know, the past few years, and they're really good at it. Like they're very multiple. They've got big guys up front. They're a physical bunch. The change that you see is a little bit on offense. They were more of a two tight end, two back team. You know, going to run the ball hard, going to run power at you, and they're still doing some of that stuff. But now they've added some spread elements and being able to spread it out and move the ball around, which is, you know, creates problems. You know, when you go against a team that's a tight end, two back team, you know that's easier. When you start spreading out and get multiple formations and multiple personnel groups, you know, then you've got to get back to doing what you do well. And
it's another road trip, so another chance for you and your team to get on the road on the weekend, and another chance for the fans to come up. It's like I said, it's a nice little drive, but it's an interesting stadium because there's no track and everything is just right up on you.
Yeah, it's a nice place to play. Unfortunately, we played, if you remember a couple years ago, we played 2 days there. We played on Saturday and then got lightninged out and then played on Sunday. I think they have lights now. I think that was the key for them to get lights. So their coaching staff is probably excited now. We won't have to stay Saturday. But it's a nice place to play. It's a short trip up to Erie. You know, anytime you're going to Erie in late October, I was a little bit nervous, so I did a forecast check, 54 and sunny, which in Erie, PA, I'll take that in late October for sure. We could probably be playing up there with a foot of snow.
I was going to say, we'll get you on the green screen, Coach. We'll get you with the weather, but that game 3 years ago, the coach referenced whenever the lightning happened, the greatest quote that we had on our crew, I was working on something, and one of my crew members said, "Where's Coach Dunn going?" I'm like, I don't know. Where is he going? And when you guys got the notice, like about 5 minutes before the Lightning had to delay it and then played a quarter and then delayed it, and then you guys got to find a hotel.
We found a hotel and finished the game Sunday afternoon, which was the first time I've ever had to do that in my career, and hopefully the last.
We'll knock on some wood, but like I said, Coach, you looked at the weather. It looks pretty good. So this game will be Sunday. You got me saying it. Not Sunday, Saturday at noon from Toledo Field at Mercyhurst. Come on up, tailgate. It's a nice, like I said, nice 2.5 hour drive. Weather's going to be nice. If you can't be there, shame on you, but CUTV will have you covered. So that'll either be on CUTV Sports 1 or the PSAC Network. Real quick, we're going to look at the rest of the standing or the rest of the schedule this week in the PSAC. IUP goes to Gannon, Seton Hill goes to Edinburgh, Slippery Rock goes to Clarion, and then over in the east, Lock Haven goes to Westchester, Kutztown goes to Millersville, Bloomsburg goes to Shepherd, and East Stroudsburg goes to Shippensburg. Coach, we always ask, but once again, I think there's only one game to look at in the conference other than ours, and that's got to be the IUP at Gannon.
Yeah, it's going to be a big game up at Gannon. Gannon plays really well at home, so that would be the one I would say as well.
And if you are coming to the game, leave early because I just noticed that there's a game at Mercyhurst, game at Gannon, and a game in Edinburgh. So a lot of PSAC action in a 10-mile radius. So
absolutely. The bus is heading up I-79 this week, it sounds like.
Yeah, buses stay in the right, cars on the left. But, Coach, we'll see you on Saturday. I keep saying Sunday. Now you got me. If I jinx it, I apologize to everybody.
We're going to have an issue if I have to stay up there Saturday night and play Sunday.
If we're on Sunday, I will bring Tim Hortons to the show next week. But come on up Saturday at noon. We'll see you up there. Coach, good luck. We'll see you next week.
Appreciate it.
You're watching The Gary Dunn Show right here on CUTV.